Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and before we start on anything else, my daughter reminded me, because somebody has to remind me all the time, but she said, Mom, have you drawn for the August winter yet? And I said, well, no. She said, Mother. So we're going to draw for the August winter, and if you're new here and you're wondering what that's all about, from I think it was June. Did we start in May or June? I don't remember. My daughters did this. They called it a E's birthday party bash, and every month we took all the orders that were over $35 before shipping. We took all those orders and we draw out one, and we gave away a $50 gift card to the store once a month. So we've done it for every month except August, and I completely forgot. Alicia was on her way home from Tennessee, and she called me and she said, Mother, I just thought about this. Have you drawn for the winter for August? And I said, well, no, I didn't even think about it. And she said, Mother, do you realize it's almost the end of September? We're going to do it one more month, September. So if you place an order between now and the end of September that is over $35, and that's in our scrapbookingwithme.com store. On Etsy, I can't do that yet because I can't figure out exactly how to do all of that because I'm new to Etsy. Well, I'm not new. I've been there for 15 years, but I've just reopened my store and there is a ton of new things that have changed, so I've got to learn all that stuff. But anyway, that's for our .com store. So you got just a few days. What is this, the 26th? Yeah, you got just a few days to get an order in. Plus, it's a good time to get an order in because we have a 30% off going on through the store. Now, somebody messaged me and said they didn't think they got 30% off on everything that they ordered. I haven't looked at their order yet. I will look at your order, but the only thing in the store that I can think of that was not in the sale was Melina's pens and her home fragrances. Other than that, I think everything else was in the sale, but if you didn't get it and you put in that word party in all capital letters and you didn't get your discount, then I will go back and check it and figure it out and reimburse you. Okay, we're going to draw. These are the invoices that we had for August. So we're going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to turn my head and I'm going to flip through here. I can't turn them over because it'll show the people's addresses and things. But I'm going to flip through. And as I get, I'm just going to stick my hand in a certain place. And I have shuffled these up too. Right there. That feels like a good spot. See if I've got one or two. I've got two, so let me grab the one on the bottom. No, it wasn't $35 or over, so we'll get to go again. So here I go. That one wasn't either. How you like that? Let's go one more time. Neither is that one. A lot of people order digital, so therefore they're not, if you just order 2 or 3, they're not over 35. Let's see if we get one here. Okay, this one is over 35. Let me see what she ordered. Yeah, she ordered a mystery journal kit. Spring, summer. Make sure this is... No, that's the wrong month, Edith. I don't know how that got in there. That was from 7/29. That one should not have been in here. I started to say I don't think the mystery journal kits was in August. Okay, we gotta go again. Sorry, I didn't mean to mess up on that one. Sometimes when I grab them, I don't look closely enough. Let's see. No, that's $34. Well, we'll go again. I'm going to go back here at the back. See if we can find one. Oops, I got two. I'll grab one. Okay, this one is over 35. And it's 8/17. So it's Tori Torie Baker. And I'll put your name right here on the screen. So let me throw this over, and I'm just going to show her name and nothing else, hopefully. So there's her name right there, I think. I don't know if you can see it or not. My camera is a mess lately. But anyway, it says Tori, T-O-R-I, Baker. So I'm going to put that over there on my desk, and I'll know to give her a gift card. Tori, you have 48 hours from the time this video goes up. Not from the time you see it, but from the time it goes live, which it'll go live tonight. So you'll have 48 hours, that's a couple of days, to contact me at the email address. You can do both of them. There's 2 email addresses below. You can send to both, or you can send to one, whatever. But contact me, and I will send you your gift card. So we're going to start on a fall journal using this kit. And this is the kit that I made and put up last week, I believe it was. And this one is called Autumn. Yes, this one is called Autumn Wonder. I had to actually go look. That's how quick I can forget when I make a kit and I name it. That's how quick I can forget what it's called. Now, if I had named it a number, like if I had give it number 59, I would have remembered that. But when it comes to names, they just go right out of my head. So anyway, we are going to, and I am going to get back to our altered books. Somebody asked me, are you not ever going to get back to the altered books and show us what you're going to do to it? Yes, I am. I have 2 going. I've just, since I've been by myself this week working, it's been kind of wild. And if your order has not gone out yet, I do apologize. I have been swamped and with other things other than orders. I told you in the first of the week, I think I told you Wednesday, I've been having so many problems with my computer and my camera that it's just been a mess. So I've worked on computers, printers, and cameras all week, and so far I've not got anything going with my camera. It's still a bust, but hopefully things are a little bit clearer. And then with the printer, I finally got it working again for a while. I don't know how long it's going to last either. So there you go. Everything right now in this household or in this shop is running out, and it's because I'm wearing them out is what it is. But anyway, let's get started. So on these, I've just printed this on the back. Now, I am going to, since I'm saying that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I am going to start back printing on the backs of print and ships. I know there was a few print and ships that didn't get printed on the back, and they just didn't. My girls, bless their hearts, when they do digitals, they just do the front page. They don't do any background pages. Well, for a while, I was doing the background pages for them, and I just don't have time to do that anymore. So I did put up a few that didn't have background pages, and I printed those out for the people who bought, and I sent it to them. And I had a question about it. I thought I paid for the background pages. No, you're only charged for the page that prints. So if this page prints, that's the only page you're charged for. If it's printed, like this is a 14-page kit. If it's 14 pages, then 14 pages is all you're charged for. But if I print on the back, that would be 28 pages you're charged for. So the back is not free. It is charged for because, I do have to take them out, put them back in my printer, and print again. So it takes just as much ink to print on the back as it does on the front. So anyway, I want to clear that up, and I am going to go back through. If I haven't had time yet to get it all done, I did go through probably 4 or 5 this morning and just, put some things in real quick. But I will go back through this weekend and add background pages to all of them. They may be a lot of plain pages like this. I don't call that a plain page, but there may be something similar to this, like doily pages and things like that, but they will coordinate. So there you go. Got that out of the way. Now, what was I going to say? No, on these I printed both sides, and I just printed the coffee dyed doily pages on the back. And what you can do to this, if you don't really like that, you can take some of the ephemera, you can take some pockets and put on there. I mean, that's what I do. I just soon print this on the back because I think that's very pretty and it matches just about anything. And then if I need, you know, if I want to cover something up, you've got pockets and tags and things that you can make and cover up. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole process of folding all of these and then showing you how, because you guys have already watched me do this many, many times. But I thought I would go through a few with you, and then looks like I got, did I get water on that? Or is that way? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's okay. I like it. And I haven't picked out my cover yet, so I'm not sure what cover I'm going to put on it, but it is going to be a cloth cover. I just love that page right there. I like how that blue kind of shining in from the side. But what I do normally is I fold all of these in half. And this is going to be, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops, that's not 9. That's regular. Well, that's another regular. I must have. That's 9, 10. I don't think I printed all of them. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is 15 sheets. That's plenty because I add paper in between these. And what I usually add in between is just, oh, let me grab this. I take it from my little pouch here. I've got, my sweet friend has sent me most of this. I love, love, love it. And I hate to use it. Yes, I do. I hate to use it because she sent it to me. And I go through and I just pick out papers that will go and coordinate with this a little bit. I don't think this has any pink in it. That looked more orange when I started to pull it out. I don't have any more colored paper very much. I've got a few pieces, but not a lot of colored, like coffee dyed colored or whatever dye that this is. I know that's probably not coffee. That's probably something else. And then this is some of the handmade paper that she sent me. And then I also grabbed some straw paper. Got straw paper, and I got my straw paper from, well, I can't remember right now. There you go again, name. But I'll link it below where I got my straw paper. You guys go over and grab some of her straw paper. It is absolutely fantastic. And if you don't go grab it, I will probably go grab the rest of what she has. I love straw paper. Okay, so that's all I've got out of that little pouch. And then I go ahead and I grab some of my double-sided papers that I printed here. There's one that's this is from French Digital, French Document Digital. And it's on, I believe it's on both places that I know of. Let's see, that one will be a good one. And I just print these when I'm sitting and, you know, working at my computer. I just put some on to print. And I print them and then I'm ready to add them to my journals. Okay, I always like this one in there. And I'll have to trim off the back on that one. I had my margins set different, and so I didn't get that one printed exactly right. And then, let's see what else I go through. I go through a lot of different things here in my desk. I usually grab out something like that and something like that. And a piece of that. And some Braille paper. I am almost out of Braille paper. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the person who sent that to me last year. I think it was last year, maybe the first of this year, but I have used it and used it and used it. I think I try to put at least one piece in every journal. And I am just about out, and I don't even know, I think she said she got it at a thrift store. So, I don't know if you could even get it anymore. I'm going to fold this like this. I don't even know where you would find it. There's no thrift stores around here that has it, I can tell you that. Our thrift stores are pitiful. They don't have anything except junk. They have lots of old ragged clothes that nobody would want, but that's about it. They don't even have, I have gone to them and looked for, just anything that has to do with crafting. They don't have it. They don't have anything. Now this does have this paper on the back, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. And I do fold mine this way. I don't mind that it's sideways in the journal. That doesn't bother me. Things like that I don't worry about. Don't worry about it. Oh, you guys, I did a new shirt this morning and put it up over on Etsy. And hopefully, I got a little surprise for you, but I can't tell you yet because right now we're still getting all the details worked out. But I'm hoping that it's going to happen. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so disappointed. But anyway, right now I can't load shirts and things, that the print on demand shirts that we sell, I can't load those into the .com store because they are a print on demand, and there's no way that my store will hook up to Printify, because the company that I use to do print on demand shirts is Printify. And what you do with them, it's very, very simple. You go over and sign up with them, which you don't have to pay anything to sign up, but then you design the shirt or the sweatshirt or the bag or the phone case or whatever. They have hundreds and hundreds of items. You go over and design it, and then you load it in your store from there. Well, my website, which is through Weebly, believe me, if you're looking for a website, don't get Square Weebly. Do not. They're horrible. They hung up on me yesterday because I had a problem, and I called them, and they just hung up on me when I started telling them what was going on, and they said they couldn't fix it, and I went, it's your website, it's your servers. Why can't you fix it? And they just hung up on me. So don't ever go with them. I'm hoping and praying that we're going to be able to go somewhere else. But there again, I can't share too much of that detail right now. But anyway, you design the shirt and then you send it to whatever website you've got hooked up. Well, like I said, mine won't hook up. So I had to hook up with Etsy. I don't mind that, but there are other sites that will hook up. So maybe one day we can have it all on one place, but right now it's not possible. Okay, we had, how many of these do we have? See, I've done forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't think that's enough because I think I had 18 of these maybe. No, I had 15, didn't I? So that's 13. I need 2 more sheets. So because what I do is I take a digital and then I take one of these sheets and I put them, I put them like this. And then another digital and then another extra sheet is what I call it. So I need 2 or 3 more at least. So hold on a second, I'm going to grab something. I'm going to grab this. And I've got to pull out more of my vintage ledger paper. I got it stored away in another room because I just ran out of room out here. Because I only have a little cubby hole that I work out of out here. So I stored it away in the other room where I used to work from in the house. So I keep big things stored in there because I've got some I've got some big ledger papers in there that have already got some writing and things on them that I can use, but I need to go get them. And then this is like a heart monitor paper, and every time I pull this out, I think about my sweet hubby. There's so many times that he was hooked up to these things and, you know, had that heart monitor going. Many, many times. And somebody sent me this, and I don't know who, but thank you so much. So basically, this right here is what will go in my journal. All of these papers and all of this. That will go in my journal. Now, these extra pages that I printed, that I have no clue why I printed, I will use those for background papers for the ephemera. So this one's got ephemera with it. I think it's got 5 pages, 4 or 5 pages, 4. So you've got some side tuck pockets, some regular pockets, and then you've got some tags, and then you've got these little file folders. Now, you guys have seen me do this so many times, you're probably sick of it, but some of you say that you like to watch my process, so therefore, we're going to do the process. I think I'll start with these tags. I also get a lot of questions as to why don't you just print your tags and things on cardstock and then you won't have to back them. Well, I wear out a printer about once a year because we print a ton around here. So I go through printers like nobody's business. And if I used cardstock in my printers, then I would go through them that much faster. So cardstock is very, very hard on your printer rollers because it takes so much extra for those rollers to roll that cardstock because it's so much thicker. So that is why I don't use cardstock to print on. That and the reason, another reason, and I know you can get different colors of cardstock, but I don't like the background of my tags and things to be white, or the back of my tags to be white. I like for them to be colored. So I like to put my own little swing on them. And I enjoy doing this. I enjoy sitting down with a glue stick and getting all gluey and yucky and, and putting things like this together. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I glued those little paper dolls. You know, and back then, the only glue that we had, I know rich people probably had different glue, but the only glue that we had was the glue that Mama made out of flour and water. Have any of y'all ever used flour and water glue? Raise your hand and then leave me a comment below and let me know that you have. Yeah, Mama would make me some glue from flour and water, and I would use that to glue my little, you know, I'd cut out my paper dolls, and then I'd cut out all these little dresses out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and shoes, and purses, and just everything that I could find I cut out. If you needed to read or look at the Sears and Roebuck catalog, you better get it before I got a hold of it. And we didn't get one because, you know, we were never rich enough to go and buy from Sears and Roebuck, but my aunt always brought me the ones that she got because they had a pretty good bit of money, and she would buy from there, and then of course she was signed up and she would get them, so she would bring them to me because she knew how much I enjoyed playing with them. So I'd take those paper dolls and cut them out. Then I'd take the dresses, and I knew exactly where to put the glue. I didn't glue the dresses to the doll because I wanted to use those dresses. I wanted to redress that doll over and over. I wanted to use the doll over and over again. So what I would do is I would cut out those little, and I'll show you in just a second. Let me get this cut out. You know how, I don't know if they still do, but years ago you could actually get dolls and things that had this kind of stuff. Like this is your dress right here at the top. You know, here's the shoulder, and then right here at the top, you would do this little attachment like that. And then there's maybe the neck or whatever. And then you do another little attachment. And there's the shoulder again. Boy, that's good cutting, isn't it? So these are what I would put the glue on and then fold it over the little doll's shoulders, or the little paper doll's shoulders, and then I could change out the dresses, and I do the same with shoes and things like that, so I could change them out over and over again. Even back then, I was creative. I don't know if anybody showed me how to do that or if I just figured it out on my own. I don't remember. I was probably, I was probably in the first and second grade, I guess, when I was doing all this. So I couldn't tell you how I learned to do what I did, but I did. Because I didn't really have any friends that were, you know, that wanted to hang out with me, because basically, like I said, we were very, very poor. And we lived on the wrong side of the railroad tracks. Nobody wanted to hang out on that side. So I didn't have any friends that would, you know, come and invite me to their house or come to my house or anything like that. So I just kind of played by myself with my little paper dolls. Because I had 4 brothers at home and they didn't want to play with me, so they wanted me out of their sight. So I just played with my little paper dolls. Now, somebody said the other day, how in the world do you use a glue stick and your tags don't curl up? A lot of that depends on what glue stick you're using, but then also you can flatten them out by using a bone folder and just really going over the back to press that glue into the paper. But there are glue sticks that have a lot more water in them. See how flat that one is, and I haven't done anything to it. These glue sticks that we sell, they have very, very minimal moisture in them. Let's see if they even say that they have. No, but I mean, I've used these for probably 30 years. I was using these when I was doing scrapbook papers, you know, scrapbooking. You can use these on photos, on the back of photos, and anything, and they're safe. They won't make your photos book up. They won't make your paper crinkle. They're child safe, non-toxic, so if your kid gets hold of them and chunks down on it, it's not going to hurt them. They dry clear, acid-free, permanent bond, photos. Let's see, photos to most, well, permanently bonds photos to most surfaces. I'll get that out in a minute. The only thing that I found that I don't use a glue stick on is like a wood surface. I don't know that it would work on that, but everything else it works fine on. And that's how I keep my things from curling up. Just, it all depends on your glue stick or the glue that you're using. These, I don't know that I'll cut these. I tell you what I think I'm going to do. Look, I'm just all over the place today, right? I am going to grab some fabric, and I'm going to grab some different fabrics, fall fabrics, and I'm going to put them out here in 3 different sections, and I'm going to let you guys vote on which one you want me to use. You know, I didn't mean paper, I meant fabric. Now, here's my fall fabrics that I have. I think this is all I have. This one is cute. It would definitely go with. We might let that be one. Let's see. That's more Thanksgiving. That's a little bit too dark for me. Nope. This one would probably go, but I'm not as crazy about that one. This one I love. I wish it didn't have that really dark background, but it might go okay. I'm going to pull that one out. Nope. Nope. Let's see. I think I'll pull that one out. Either that one or this one. Which one? Let me pull some paper. I'm looking at the paper. I'm going to pull some paper over here. I think that's got a little bit too much red in it. So here's the 3. It's between, oh, wrong way. Let me fold them up. So there's 1. This is going to be 2. And then this is going to be 3. So vote for 1, 2, or 3. And I don't know if you're on your screen, they may be looking backwards, but they should be okay. 1, pumpkins. 2, the happy fall. And then 3, it's got the little bird on it. And I'm going to lay a piece of the paper up here on it so that you can kind of look at the paper with the fabric. So there's some paper. Okay, that's 3 good shots of the paper right there. If I can get it on screen. All right, so you guys vote, and all of you who voted for the one that I choose, and I'm gonna choose before I look at comments. So all of you who voted for the one that I choose will get sent a freebie. So choose, see what you want. So choose, and down in the comments, just put 1, 2, or 3. You can put more. You can put more words if you want to, but to vote, that's all you need to do. And then also let me know if you are old enough that you used flour paste glue. That's what my mother called it, I think, flour paste glue. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to go for today. I'm going to go ahead and because you guys have seen me cut all these out before. That's nothing new. I'm going to go ahead and fold the rest of this up. And then I'm going to get started putting my signature together. And then I will give y'all until probably tomorrow. And then I'm going to go ahead, to make all your comments. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose my paper. Then I'm going to go ahead and choose my fabric. And then I'll look at comments and see who all voted for what. And then I think tomorrow we may start working on these altered books. So it'll be a long video because you can't do, well, I could do a couple of different videos, but this is not a fast process. When you're doing an altered book, it takes a lot longer than it does just putting a journal, regular journal with a cloth fabric together. It takes you a while because you're doing all these pockets, you're covering pages, you're putting paper in them. And I've got another digital that I'm working on that I may print to use in this one. So watch for that. And hopefully tomorrow, unless something happens and I just can't get the video up, I'll be doing it tomorrow. Okay, future Edith here. I forgot to tell you about the Friday freebie. I can't keep up what day it is. I can't even keep up what my name is. This is the Friday freebie, and I've got it. It looks a little darker in the screen than it really is. I've got it on a tan background just so that you could see where to trim. And if you didn't trim right up against it, then, you've got that tan paper. But this is the Friday freebie, and there is the complete collection of these on the website and on the Etsy store if you want the whole 5 pages. But this is one of the pages. And each one of them has, let's see, 12 or 13 different little images on there. They're all patchwork. This is Patchwork Christmas. Every one of them has like the little quilted patchwork on them. And I love that little doggy. That little doggy I put on a shirt a little while ago and designed it and put it on there. But anyway, this is your Friday freebie. It's a good little fussy cut, and it would go on. And I did do it in a, did I do it in P&G? on the on Etsy, you can get them in a PNG. And yes, on the website, you can also get it in a PNG. That way you can resize these if you want to. It's harder to resize a PDF and keep it all like it needs to be, but you can resize this one because I did upload it as a PNG. All right, guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to vote. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.